If you have to put someone on a pedestal, put teachers. They are society's heroes. The duties of a teacher are neither few nor small, but they elevate the mind and give energy to the character. The best teachers are those who show you where to look, but don't tell you what to see. Better than 1,000 days of diligent study is one day with a great teacher. Your heart is slightly bigger than the average human heart, but that's because you're a teacher. Teachers can change lives with just the right mix of chalk and challenges. Teaching is the greatest act of optimism. One child, one teacher, one book, and one pen can change the world. Students, don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. It is not what is poured into a student that counts, but what is planted. Teachers have 3 loves: love of learning, love of learners, and the love of bringing the first 2 loves together. The art of teaching is the art of assisting discovery. Education doesn't just make us smarter, it makes us whole. Teaching kids to count is fine, but teaching them what counts is best. I am indebted to my father for living, but to my teacher for living well. A teacher affects eternity. He can never tell where his influence stops. I like a teacher who gives you something to take home to think about besides homework. I have learned silence from the talkative, toleration from the intolerant, and kindness from the unkind. Yet, strange, I am ungrateful to those teachers. A good teacher can inspire hope, ignite the imagination, and instill a love of learning. A teacher who is attempting to teach without inspiring the pupil with a desire to learn is hammering on cold iron. Good teachers know how to bring out the best in students. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Change is the end result of all true learning. Education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. The roots of education are bitter, but the fruit is sweet. The more that you read, the more things you will know. The more that you learn, the more places you'll go. Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. The learning process continues until the day you die. Education is not the filling of a pail, but the lighting of a fire. Develop a passion for learning. If you do, you will never cease to grow.
Good evening, everybody. Could you please confirm if I'm audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Thank you. We will just wait a few more minutes for people to join in, and then we will start. Good evening, everybody. Thank you once again. Thank you once again for registering and attending this national level online faculty development program on outcome-based education and application of generative AI in teaching and research, jointly organized by the Internal Quality Assurance Cell IQAC of University of Engineering and Management, Jaipur, Rajasthan, and the Internal Quality Assurance Cell IQAC of Nirmala College, Mahatapura, Autonomous, Kerala, in association with IPSR Solutions Limited. Today, we would like to welcome Professor Dr. Joy Chatterjee, Vice Chancellor, University of Engineering and Management, Jaipur, Reverend uh, uh, Dr. Piyush Malakandadil, Manager, Nirmala College, Mahatapura, Autonomous, Kerala, Professor Dr. Pradeep Kumar Sharma, Registrar, UEM, Jaipur, Reverend Dr. Justin K. Kuriakos, Principal, NCM, Autonomous, Professor Dr. Mukesh Yadav, Associate, Dean, Academics and Foreign Relations, UEM, Jaipur, Mr. Emmanuel A.J., Vice Principal, Academics and Examinations, NCM, Autonomous, Dr. Mendes Shekhar, Professor and Director, MCA, Marine College, Kottakanam, Autonomous, MD and CEO, IPSR Solutions Limited, Dr. Sunil Job, Associate Professor and Director, Educational Research and Development, Marine College, Kottakanam, Autonomous, Chief of Academics, IPSR Solutions Limited, who will be the resource person for today. Dr. Suresh Nambudri, Director, SPF Technologies, Pune, will also be a resource person in one of the coming days. Dr. Thomas Verghese, Chair, Finance Program, J.R. Shaw School of Business, Northern Alberta, Institute of Technology, Canada. He'll also be a resource person on the third day. Dr. Kamal Shah, Principal, St. John College of Engineering and Management, SJCEM, Palghar, Maharashtra. He'll be on the seventh day of the, she'll be the resource person on the seventh day. Professor Dr. Mukesh Yadav, Associate Dean, Academics and Foreign Relations, UEM, Jaipur. Dr. Soni Kuriakos, Vice Principal, IQC Coordinator, Nirmala College, Mahatapura, Autonomous. And today we would like to welcome all the FTP resource persons, managers, directors, principals, vice principals, representatives from management, HODs, IQAC coordinators, and all faculty members. Now, about this FTP, this is a one-week FTP program with live timings from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. We expect you to be present on all days. The fee for LMS access and processing of certificate is rupees 400. All the participants who are paid the processing fee will receive the LMS access, the video recording for all the days, and the provision to download your FTP completion certificate. The procedure for receiving the certificate will be informed you towards the end of this FTP. If any of you are not have yet to make the payment, you can make the payment of rupees 400 to the account details I've already put in the chat. If you're unable to attend any of the live sessions, they will be available in the LMS. Now we will be sharing the LMS access details through email to those who have shared the payment proof in WhatsApp till yesterday. Those who have shared the payment proof in WhatsApp today will receive it, the LMS access details later in the day or by tomorrow. If any of you are having any trouble in attending the WebEx online session, you can also join the YouTube live session, the link of which I've put in the chat already. You just can click that and attend the live streaming session on YouTube. Now, my name is 𝐒𝐧𝐥𝐢𝐧𝐞 𝐅𝐃𝐏. I'm working as Global Relations Manager with IPSR Solutions Limited, and I will be the event moderator. Now, coming on to the introductions. The first is the University of Engineering and Management, Jaipur, Rajasthan. UEM Jaipur, established in 2012, is a leading private university offering engineering, management, and physiotherapy courses. It is accredited by NAAC, AICTE, ISO, and associated with top global academic bodies. It has achieved high placement records with a maximum package of 72 lakhs per annum in 2022. UEM is recognized for excellence in blockchain, cybersecurity, and cloud education with partnerships like AWS and Cisco. It is ranked first in Times PE School of for Rajasthan. It's a top institution in IISc and AICTE rankings with global MOUs, industry tie-ups, and sustainable initiatives. Its physiotherapy program holds a 4-star rating from the Indian Association of Physiotherapists. Now coming to the introduction of Nirmala College, Muvatupuzha Autonomous Kerala. Nirmala College, Muvatupuzha was founded in 1953. It's a premier institution with over 3,000 students and 145 faculty members, excelling in academic and holistic development, a minority Christian institution under the Syrian Catholic Diocese of Kottamangalam, Kerala. It holds a A++ NAC accreditation with CGPA of 3.73. It's ranked among the India's top 150 colleges in there. The college is a DBT staff college and benefits from the DST FIST scheme, fostering research and innovation across diverse programs. Its student-centric approach emphasizes experiential learning with a focus on sustainability and global citizenship in line with the UN SDGs. Set on a serene 53-acre campus, Nirmala College combines academic excellence with a commitment to environmental stewardship. Now coming to the introduction about IPSR, which is led by a team of academicians and entrepreneurs. IPSR is a publicly limited company with 24 plus years of experience in software product development, training services, and web-based services. During the last 2 decades, IPSR has worked with over 500 academic organizations, including government universities, autonomous colleges, technical and non-technical institutions. IPSR's training division conducts faculty development trainings, seminar workshops, add-on courses, corporate trainings, job-oriented trainings, etc. in the education, IT, and ITES domain. IPSR were the training partner for the technical education or quality improvement program, TechIP, a World Bank assisted project executed in government engineering colleges by the Indian Ministry of HRD. IPSR is the world's leading radar training and certification partner with 37 national and international awards and produced the highest number of Red Hat professionals in the world. IPSR has currently trained candidates from 60 plus countries. IPSR's IT Services Division is a pioneer in development of academic solution products, incorporating cutting-edge technologies like artificial intelligence, data analytics, and machine learning. IPSR offers specialized services and solutions for the educational sector, ranging from simple website to complex software applications that help to manage academic and operational activities like question paper generation, accreditation process, OBE, outcome-based education, etc. Now, before we move on to the other sessions, if possible, could you all please turn on your videos so that we would like to take screenshot for our documentation purpose. if you have I can see some people are saying that it's not audible for you. If it's not audible, try joining from the YouTube link. All right, thank you, everybody. Thank you for turning on your videos. Now we will move on to the first session, that will be the welcome speech. The welcome speech will be delivered by Professor Dr. 𝐿𝐵𝐴𝐺𝐲𝐢𝐧𝐞 Chatterjee, Vice Chancellor, University of Engineering and Management, Jaipur. Dr. 𝐵𝐴𝐺𝐲𝐢𝐧𝐞 Chatterjee is a PhD graduate from NIT Agartala, who is specializing in nanosciences and nanotechnology. Is actively pursuing research in the field along with computer vision and speech processing. He's known for his work in applied robotics. He has led numerous national workshops and organizes international conferences that bring together global academics. Dr. Chatterjee also plays a key role in facilitating collaboration between industry professionals and academia. Over to you, sir. So you are on mute. You need to unmute.
Am I audible and visible? Because it is showing to me that I am unmuted.
Okay, now it's unmuted. Now we can hear.
Okay, fine. Okay, so on behalf of the organizers, I welcome everybody to this wonderful FDP on outcome-based applications and application of generative AI in teaching and research, which is being conducted in association of the University of Engineering and Management, UEM Jaipur, and Nirmala College, Muvatupuza Autonomous, in association with IPSR. And it is a very happy situation that for this workshop, there are about 1,800 registrations. And it is good. It shows that teachers are taking a lot of interest in both outcome-based education and the application of generative AI in teaching. Because again, if it is not outcome-based, if a teaching is not outcome-based, then generally we do not get the advantage of the students getting in to the best of places, they are doing the best of works. We don't see that. So outcome-based education is important that way. And again, if we are not using AI at the moment, then we are static. AI has taken such an important position, and yes, generative AI is needed in teaching. And in our university or in different universities across the world, I have seen that generative AI is taking a big role in teaching. First and foremost, the personalization in teaching is very, very important. When we are teaching in a class, we have to understand that in a class, there are different segments of students. There are few students who are gifted and who can understand very, very easily the things that we teach. On the contrary, there are certain students who are weaker and they don't understand. And generally, the problem that happens is those students who are weaker, they also feel shy to ask questions and clarify their doubts, because they feel in that way they will be noted by everybody that they are weaker. And that creates a difference at the end of the class. At the end of the class, every student should be at the same level. But what happens is some students who are gifted, they becomes even better. And those students who are shy, they go even down. It increases the difference between the students at the end of the class, which should not happen ideally. So keeping these things in mind, artificial intelligence helps the best in personalization. You can understand that teaching the students in a way a student understands the best and can deliver the best. So I believe that artificial intelligence, especially generative AI, will have a big role to play now and in the coming days. Like, for example, using generative AI to generate quizzes at the end of the class, but not the same quiz for every student, not the same set of questions for every student, generating the questions according to the skill of the students, so that he or she remains interested. If a question is too difficult for him or her, then he or she loses the interest. So generating the questions according to his or her interest is very, very important. Generating the quizzes in a way that he or she can attempt those. Then again, nowadays we are seeing a trend that certain students or most of the students, they cannot study from the book. They have lost the ability to study from books. They can only learn from videos. So some sort of software are coming up, and we at our university are also playing a big role in developing such software where the content of the books, when a student opens the book by use of an Oculus headset, by using a virtual reality headset, a student gets immersed in a situation that is being created in the book. For example, a student, when he is learning from the book, a video corresponding to the content of the book is coming up in front of him, giving him or her, or giving him or her an immersive environment where he feels that he gets immersed in the content of the book, and that way he or she learns better. So the book content is more or less converted to a video, and the student sees that through a virtual reality headset. These are some of the things that are being brought up by generative AI. And in English teaching also, generative AI has been used a lot. For example, when a student is moving around, or when a person is moving around the streets of Europe maybe, then he or she can actually learn many things from the guide who is guiding him or her. So when a student is sitting in the class by using a virtual reality headset with a generative AI assistant in that headset, a student can actually hear from an artificial intelligence guide, and he or she feels like he is moving around the streets of London or maybe the streets of Europe. So such things are possible nowadays, and with such things, I'm sure that teaching and learning will actually acquire a new dimension, and definitely the students will learn better. That way, generative AI is great. And as far as outcome-based education is concerned, all the universities, all the teachers present over here, all the management authorities present over here, attending this FDP, I'm sure you will be saying that we have 100% used Bloom's taxonomy, or we have implemented Bloom's taxonomy 100%. Then I will request all of you to kindly look back a little bit into the last semester's question paper, and we will get to understand that 95% of the questions that we put up in front of the students in the question paper are from the first two levels of Bloom's taxonomy. And only the 5% of the remaining question paper actually pertains to the last four levels of Bloom's taxonomy. So it is very, very important that we set question papers in a way that the development of the students, or the way students can actually, the creativity skill of the students are focused. So we need to set question papers accordingly so that they can create instead of only remember and understand. So I will say that. So definitely outcome-based education will help a lot in that. And the proper persons are there to talk about that. And the resource person, as I can see over here, are Dr. Mendes Jacob. He is an MSc, MPhil, PhD, MIOD. I'm sure that I at least will be able to learn a lot from his sessions. Dr. Sunil Job KA. He is again an MSc, MEd, MPhil, PhD, RHC. Then Dr. Thomas Verghese, who is an MSc, MEd, PhD. Dr. Suresh Nambuthiri. He is an MTech, MBA and PhD. And Dr. Kamal Shah. He is an ME, PhD and postdoc in quantum computing. So they are the best resource persons to talk about this, and I look forward to hearing from them. Thanks to all the attendees. You have taken it seriously. I'm very, very thankful to all of you. And I really hope that we, the organizers of this the organizers of this workshop or FDP, can make this session really worth all of your time. Thank you so much. Thanks to all the organizers, and special thanks to the speakers. Thank you so much. Thanks to all of you.
Thank you, Professor Dr. Biswajit Chatterjee. We will move on next to the presidential address that will be delivered by Professor Dr. Justin K. Kuriakose, Principal of Nirmala College, Motupuram, Autonomous, Kerala. Now, Reverend Dr. Justin K. Kuriakose serves as the Dynamic Principal of Nirmala College, Motupuram, Autonomous, with a PhD from Mahatma Gandhi University He brings a wealth of academic and administrative experience, having been the bursar of the college for the past 8 years now. Known for his visionary leadership, Reverend Dr. Justin has been instrumental in driving the institution's remarkable growth and success. In addition to his role at Nirmala College, he is a very key member of the managing board of colleges under the Diocese of Maghlab, further contributing to the development of higher education in the region. Further, he has published extensively in reputed journals and magazines. Over to you, sir.
Good evening, distinguished guests, respected colleagues, and dear participants. A very warm welcome to all of you to this prestigious national level online faculty development program on outcome-based education and the application of generative AI in teaching and research. It is indeed a great privilege for Nirmala College Muvattuvuzha to jointly organize this program with the University of Engineering and Management, Jaipur, in association with the IPSR Solutions Limited. At the outset, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to Professor Dr. 𝐿𝐵𝐴𝐺𝐲𝐸 𝐶𝐵𝐺𝐻𝐃, Vice Chancellor of the University of Engineering and Management, for joining us in this valuable initiative. His leadership and vision in the field of education are exemplary, and it is a pleasure to collaborate on this critical topic. I also extend my appreciation to Professor Dr. 𝐬𝐧𝐿𝐴𝐧𝐞 𝐅𝐃𝐏, Director of the IEM UEM Group, for his continued support and for gracing us with his presence today. Your vast experience in education and innovation will undoubtedly inspire all of us. I would like to particularly acknowledge Professor Dr. Mendis Jacob, the CEO of IPSR Solutions Limited, for his visionary leadership in blending technology with education. The collaboration with IPSR on this topic, which focuses on leveraging generative AI for educational purpose, is highly relevant today. Professor Dr. Mendis Jacob's initiatives have continuously pursued the boundaries of what is possible in educational technology, and I am certain that this program will highlight many such innovations. We are privileged to have the expertise of Dr. Sunil Jacob, who will be guiding us through today's technical session. His profound understanding of learning domains, combined with his experience in academic solutions, make him an invaluable resource for this program. In today's rapid evolving education landscape, outcome-based education, or OBE, has become the cornerstone of the modern pedagogy. Unlike traditional education methods that focus on content delivery, OBE emphasizes achieving specific learning outcomes. It empowers both the teachers and learners by shifting the focus from mere instruction to measurable results. This transformation is critical as we equip our students with skills, competencies, and the mindset required for these challenges of 21st century. The second focus of the FDP is particularly timely and futuristic: generative AI in teaching and research. AI is no longer confined to the domain of scientific fiction. It is now a powerful tool transforming various sectors, including education. The potential of generative AI to enhance creativity, personalized learning experience, and the streamlined research methodology is immense. However, like all technological advancements, its adoption comes with the challenges and the responsibilities. Through this FDP, I am confident we will explore both the potential and ethical considerations of AI in the academic world. At Nirmala College, we have always been committed to staying at the forefront of educational excellence. Being an autonomous institution, we have this flexibility to design and implement innovative programs that are aligned with global standards. This FDP is yet another example of our commitment to faculty development and institutional growth. It reflects our beliefs that the continuous upskilling the faculty is essential for the success of our students. To our participants, I commend your decision to engage with this program. The topics we are addressing are not just theoretical, they are practical tools that you will be able to implement in your classrooms, research projects, and beyond. I urge you to make the most of the sessions, participate actively, and consider how the insights you gain can be applied to your specific teaching contexts. In conclusion, I would like to thank Dr. Soni Kuriakos, Vice Principal and IQC Coordinator of Nirmala College, and the organizing team for their hard working in putting this event together. Their dedication ensures that this FDP will be a resounding success. With that, I wish all of you an enriching and fruitful learning experience in the days to come. Let us make the most of this opportunity to rethink and reshape the future of the education together. Thank you all.
Thank you, Father Justin K. Kuriakos, for that wonderful presidential address. Now we will move on to the inaugural address that will be delivered by Professor Dr. 𝐒𝐧𝐥𝐢𝐧𝐞 Chakrabarti, Director IEM UEM Group. Professor 𝐒𝐧𝐥𝐢𝐧𝐞 Chakrabarti is a technologist, serial entrepreneur, and venture capitalist. He holds a PhD in nanotechnology from NIT and a master's in computer science from the University of British Columbia. He manages companies in technology, healthcare, and education, and oversees 2 universities and 5 colleges in India, serving over 10,000 students. His tech companies collaborate with multinational corporations in AI, IoT, AR/VR, cybersecurity, and web development. A prolific researcher with over 100 publications and 20 patents, Professor Chakrabarti is also an active contributor in early-stage startups. His passions include technology, innovation, clean energy, sustainability, and education. Over to you, sir. I think he hasn't joined. So on behalf of Professor Dr. 𝐒𝐧𝐥𝐢𝐧𝐞 Chakrabarti, it will be Professor Dr. Mukesh Yadav, who is the Associate Dean, Academics and Foreign Relations, UEM Jaipur, who is the coordinator of this FDP, who will deliver the inaugural address. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Jacob. Am I audible?
Yes, you are. Please
Yeah. First of all, my apologies that our director sir could not join because of some engagements. He is right now in Canada, and probably he has some important engagements over there. So on his behalf, I am presenting the address for this FDP on outcome-based education and application of generative AI in teaching and research. So good evening, distinguished faculty members, esteemed colleagues, and all the participants. It is a privilege to speak before you today as we inaugurate this faculty development program on outcome-based education and the application of generative. So we are in the era where we have unprecedented technological advancements and evolving educational needs. So programs like this, FDPs like this, are essential in bridging the gap between traditional learning methods and future-ready pedagogies. So if you see, the purpose of education has always been to prepare the individual for life's challenges, equipping them with knowledge, skills, and the ability to think critically. Today, however, we are tasked with the additional responsibility of ensuring that our education system are aligned with the ever-changing demands of a globalized world. This is where outcome-based education comes into play. Outcome-based education shifts the focus from merely imparting knowledge to ensuring that students achieve specific competencies and outcomes. It is about transforming learners into problem solvers, innovators, and thinkers who can thrive in a world characterized by complexity and rapid technological change. By centering our teaching strategies on clearly defined learning outcomes, we allow students to take ownership of their education, making it more dynamic, personalized, and relevant. Yet, achieving the vision of outcome-based education requires more than just rethinking curricula or changing assessment method. It demands the integration of cutting-edge tools that can enhance teaching, learning, and research. This brings us to the second core focus of this FDP, that is application of generative AI in teaching and research. If you see in current years, the rise of generative AI has the potential to transform education in ways we are only beginning to understand. In teaching, in particular, it can offer personalized learning experiences. It can develop intelligent tutoring systems and assist in creating dynamic learning content tailored to individual student needs. In research, AI-driven systems can assist faculty in identifying trends, generating hypotheses, and even accelerating the process of academic writing. With these tools, the potential for innovation is immense. But as we explore the integration of AI into our educational ecosystem, we must also approach it thoughtfully. AI is not an substitute for human touch. As educators, our role extends beyond delivering content. It's about mentoring, fostering critical thinking, and nurturing creativity. AI can support these objectives by handling data-driven tasks, allowing us to focus on higher order intellectual and emotional engagements. I'm sure this FDP is going to be an exciting opportunity to delve into both these concepts of how outcome-based education can redefine our approach to teaching and how generative AI can serve as a powerful ally in that transformation. I encourage all of you to take full advantage of these FDP sessions to engage with the content and collaborate with one another. Each one of you plays a critical role in shaping the future of education, and the insights you gain here will undoubtedly ripple outward, benefiting not only our students, but the entire community at large. In the end, I would like to express my gratitude to IPSR Solutions, to University of Engineering and Management, Jaipur, and Nirmala College for curating this timely and important FDP, and to each of you for your dedication towards the quality of education. Together, we can lead the way in creating a future in not just technologically advanced, but truly learner-centric. So thank you, and I wish you all a fruitful and enriching FDP ahead. Thank you once again to all the organizers and the participants for joining this FDP session, and we hope to gain most out of this faculty development program. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Professor Dr. Mukesh Yadav. Thank you for that inaugural address. Now we will move on to the introduction of this FDP. This will be delivered by Dr. 𝐬𝐧𝐥𝐢𝐧𝐞 𝐅𝐃𝐏, Chief of Academics Solutions, IPSR, and he is the Director of Education Research and Development, Merit College, Kottayam, Autonomous. Dr. 𝐬𝐧𝐥𝐢𝐧𝐞 has over 30 years of teaching experience and 10 plus years in corporate consultancy. He holds a PhD in mathematical education and has been an associate professor at MG University since 1999. Previously, he served as an assistant professor at Carmela Rani Training College. Dr. Job has contributed as a visiting member of NCTA and a resource person for MG University's Affiliation Committee. He's a prolific blogger on IT, education, and data science. He has authored numerous academic books and articles. Currently, he serves as Associate Professor and Director of Education Research and Development at Marine College and Chief of Academics at IPSR Solutions Limited. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Sajan, for your wonderful introduction. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, all. So, very respected Dr. Biswajoy Chatterjee, Vice Chancellor, University of Engineering and Management, Jaipur, respected Dr. Justin Kuriakose, the principal, Nirmala College, Muattura, Dr. Mukesh Yadav, a member of IEM UEM group, Dr. Sony Kuriakose, Vice Principal and IQC Coordinator, College, Muattura, the distinguished participants, the principals, HODs, directors, professors, and the other participants who have been participating. So we had thought-provoking speeches from the introductory sections by the speakers who have been here before me. Actually, it has really triggered the real momentum for our faculty development program, and it has really set the stage for a good takeoff. Actually, my role at this point of time is to introduce about what is going to happen all these days. We have got a 1 week program ahead. So we'll be meeting 7 full days here, discussing on the different possibilities of outcome-based education and how we can integrate the possibilities of generative AI and to make the outcome-based education to its finest form. So what I'm going to give you an introduction about what will be the day-to-day sections that is going to follow. For that, let me share my screen for this purpose. Sijan, is my screen visible?
Yes, it
Hello?
is. Yeah,
Yeah,
it is.
okay. So these are the 7 days program that we'll be going, that we'll be having for this week. Actually, after this formal introductory segment, we'll be having a section on learning domains, and that will be discussed by myself. And the second day, that is tomorrow, we'll be having a section on the architecture of OBE and the design of outcome-based education. That also will be discussed by myself. And on the third day, we'll be having a very wonderful section on the Canadian experiences of OBE, and that will be given by Dr. Thomas Verghese. Obviously, he is the chair of finance program of Northern Alberta Institute of Technology, Canada. So obviously, this will be a very important section because we will be able to know what is happening over the from a global perspective, a comparative analysis on what is happening over here and there. So that will be a very interesting section. And on the fourth day, as well as in the fifth day, we'll be having a section by Dr. Suresh Nambudiri. He is the director of Aspire Technologies. This will be a very interesting section where he will be introducing you about the different possibilities of generative AI in different domains of teaching learning, in different aspects of teaching learning, and how we can customize the possibilities of generative AI in a research platform without the threat of plagiarisms. So this will be very useful section for you. And on the day 6th, we'll be having a section on mapping of outcome and calculation of attainment. Obviously, wherever we go around for the mentoring sections and for the FTP programs, the most asked question is how can we get into this assessment of outcome-based education, and what are the framework that we could use for that, and what are the tools that we could integrate into this to make it very easy. So those sections will be discussed by Dr. Mendes Jacob. He's the this CEO of IPSS Solutions, as well as the director of the MCA programs of Marine College, Kutikana. They also, Dr. Mendes will be speaking to you about the outcome-based, about the OBE accreditation and AI assisted assessments. So that will be a very beneficial section. And also the other sections will be discussed by Dr. Kamal Shah. She's the principal of St. John College of Engineering, Pune. So obviously, if you have a look throughout, definitely a lot of informative sections is going to happen in this section, in this FTP program. So obviously, you will be benefited in order to make a very effective implementation of outcome-based education from a generative AI perspective. Talking about the program, what I would like to say is that this program, though we have only 2 hours of live sections, which will be happening from 7 to 9, and it can go even beyond. Wherever there is more Q&A sections, it can go beyond. So obviously, it will be happening from 7 to 9. And the most important part is that about 30% of learning, 30 to 40% of learning will happen in these live sections. And the most learning and hands-on experiences will be happening in the learning management system, which will be shared to you, to the participants who have registered for the program. So they will be given this login details. I will be showing it, that one. Please wait. Okay. So this will be this LMS platform for this FTP program. So here the thing is that this will give you the real-time experiences. That is, there is a number of literature which has been incorporated, which can lead you through the outcome-based education, as well as for how to incorporate generative AI in the teaching learning platform, as well as how to integrate, utilize the generative AI possibilities in the research. So here we have got a lot of hands-on activities and tasks, which gives the real life to what you are hearing over here. And the most important part also is that here we have designed this faculty development program in an asynchronized manner. Both the live sections as well as the online platforms will be integrated with a beautiful blend. And also every day's online live sections will be posted in this LMS platform, so that if in any case that you are not able to attend 1 or 2 sections, don't worry, that will be available in the LMS as the video. And if in any case, if you miss some part of the classes that you are attending due to some unforeseen reasons, you can check out for that omissions at the LMS platform. So this will be a very important thing that you avail this LMS access. And I will just show you how it is been, how the activities in this LMS has been showcased. Here you have got a very beautiful 2 forums are running in this LMS. One is doubt clearance forum, and also one is a research forum on AI tools and its applications. There are 2 forums which have been running. So whatever doubt that you are having, either with respect to the this FTP program, or what you hear through the program, or whatever doubts or ambiguity is there with regard to outcome-based education in your real use cases, could be posted into these forums. So obviously we know that learning happens more when we collaborate. So we will be collaborating both the resource persons as well as we have got a very dynamic participants who are attending this faculty development programs. Their experiences will be shared in this platform. So a very beautiful platform for collaboration will be happening here. 2 groups will be vibrantly going ahead. And for every day, we have got exclusive videos are there. Then we have got these different activities which has been showcased, connecting to the classes which will be happening for the respective days. And there is a special video giving you guidelines on the standard operating procedures, how we have to work out through the different activities which has been showcased here. Very beautiful videos will be available. There are a lot of resources which has been available, like white paper and about the different strategies of assessments. Everything has been showcased here. This what you could say quiz sections in order to check whether you are in rapport with the sections. Just it is not to put any grade or something like that, just to have a feedback on how you are progressing, and these questions will be given with the correct answers, so that you will be able to check, oh, if it happens that you have made a wrong choice, what was the wrong element in that. So everything is there. The second day also. What you could see is that we have got we have got some activities or the other that could be done by you, and you can do it at your own time. It's a own time approach, where you can it is highly flexible, so that you can entertain these activities at your own free time. And the most positive side is that even there is a prototype. There is a prototype the CEOs, and also that is all the 7 days there are respective activities that you can go ahead. That is why I told that the real life of this FTP lies with this learning management system, and obviously you have got a lot of things that could be here. You could in the 7 day there are Padlet which has been shared, a virtual wall which has been given to you to share your point of view regarding the outcomes, and a lot of learning will happen, just to show you what is there in this LMS. So the link of this LMS, obviously, I think will be reaching you by today for those who have registered for this FTP. And the positive side of this is that the registered participants will be getting an access to they will be getting a complimentary access to an AI tool. I will just show that also. This is the AI tool, questionpaper.ai. This is a wonderful tool which helps you to generate questions. In the previous speaker, respected this Vice Chancellor has very beautifully mentioned about the importance of this assessments. That is the assessment, the quiz, the assessments through quiz questions or multiple choice questions, considering the individual differences of the students, or something very. Create a questions in no time. I will just show how it has been working. So here, this is the you can create question paper. You can create outcomes if you are giving the content, the syllabus to this platform. It will help you to develop CEOs, and also if you are giving some outcome or some syllabus part, it will guide you through what are the different assessment activities that you can incorporate into the teaching learning platform.
Sunil sir,
pardon?
could I just
yeah.
Are you sharing the screen now?
Yeah. Is it
Your
it is
screen
not
share
visible,
has gone off. No, it's now it's gone off.
Okay.
Your questionpaper.ai, that part, the screen has gone off.
Okay. Let me check it out. So have you got the other thing which I've shown about LMS?
LMS was there. After that, the question paper part.
Is it now visible?
Yeah.
Questionpaper.ai is visible. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So no issues. Just I will just want to show what is happening in this question paper.i. If you go to this LMS, there is very beautiful videos which explains each and every part on how you can use this question paper.ai in your teaching learning platforms. For instance, I'm just going to show you an example. If I want to generate a question paper, what is here is that you can go to this one, the question paper sections. You can get started. So it will take you through this page. This page, these are the question paper which is been priorly prepared. You can have a long question paper which you have already created, or if you want to have generate a question paper, new question paper, if you have got any suggestions regarding how the template should look like, if you want the question paper to be in 3 sections or 2 sections or 1 section, you can develop your own template, create question paper template through this. I'm not showing it now completely because we have a section to follow after this. The standard, the SOP regarding every functionalities is there in the LMS. Just I want to show how to generate a question paper. So to generate a question paper, just so here there are some default template which is already here. Let me take the first template. You can see the first template. This first template has got part 1, that is multiple choice questions. Then it will be having a part 2 which is having short answer, and again part 3 which is having a 10-mark question. So this question paper template is having 3 sections. So I want to small program on statistics, that is a bridge course in statistics, for example. So I'm just going to generate a question paper over here. So I will just click next. So these things could be given. Okay, well, it's an internal exam 2024. The question paper template is already selected, template 1. I've shown you the template. It has got 3 sections. Then the college, this is a institution type, whether it is a school, college, or whatever it may be. Then institution's name. I am serving at Marine College as the Director of Educational Research and Development. Just added the college name. Then program name. Obviously, it is a bridge course for MCA program. And for what is this? It is about the basic statistics, and I've just given a code. So these are the some additional entries that I could give as the details of the question paper. Then I will just be going to the next page. Here you can select. You want question from what all levels of Bloom's taxonomy. You can add it here. We have already added understanding and application questions. What type of question, whether it is easy, medium, or challenging, you can select that. So that is why we can select question paper according to the individual difference. If the students need easy questions or challenging questions with respect to this fast learners or slow learners, you can paper type like that. And here you can put the syllabus. So I have just showcased the syllabus here. The syllabus I've already kept it open. So I'm just copying the syllabus from here. I'm just pasting the syllabus here. So what I've done is that I just pasted the syllabus here. So this is the syllabus. The syllabus has got 2 area. One, basic statistics, which covers measures of central tendency like that, and probability theories. So this is the syllabus. And so what I've done is that I've selected the template. I've just given the additional information needed for the question paper, like what is the name of the course, about the college, whatever it may be. And I've just given the syllabus. The syllabus you can copy paste, or you can upload PDF. There is an option for uploading the PDF here. A few seconds, the question paper will be generated. So let us check how it has been working. Now it is it is generating here at the back end. Let us. It will take about a few seconds. Okay. The question paper is generated. This is the question paper which has been generated. So if you're giving the syllabus as such, suppose if you want to create a question paper from any famous books like English, like Macbeth or Midsummer Night's Dream, Tempest, or whatever it may be, or some poems, LJ written in a country church. Yeah, just give that name. It will create questions. This is because the questions are created by AI. So you can see that the questions, which measure central tendency, effect mostly like that. The questions are there. Here here we can see the this is the question. Here the question paper is here. If you want to make a purview of the question paper, I will just take the purview here. So this is the question paper here. Say the Marine College, but it goes internal examination maximum. So this is the template. Question 1, multiple choice questions. Then question 2, okay, short answer type. Question 3, the same template. The question paper is just ready. So the question paper is ready in a click. So if you want to have okay, if you want to download the question paper, you can download it here. You can just click the download. The question paper will be downloaded. So this is the downloaded question paper. This is the downloaded question paper. You can serve it to the students. So this is that easy. This is that easy. Suppose if you want the answer also, if you want the answer also for this, if you I'm just generating it. If you want the answer also for that, you can purview it, the question with answers. The question with answers. So here, so this is the question. The answer also is available here. The answer key, the A, question A, question B, like that. It is available like this. So the question with answers is available here. I'm deleting one question. If I don't want this question, this question I am not. So if I delete that question, okay, I can delete that question. Yes, proceed. I can delete that. So I've deleted that question, and I want to add another question for that. Okay, I'm adding another question. So they are asking me which area you have to. I want a question from basic statistics. Okay, so I'm selecting that part of the syllabus of basic statistics, and I'm pasting it here. I'm pasting it here. Okay, and I am just running it, just fetching some questions related to that. First question, it's not up. It's not. I didn't like the first question, so I want to change that question. So I am just asking the system to regenerate. So it has giving me a number of questions. Which one I would like? Okay, so I like this question. Okay, if I select that one and ask them to insert, that question will be inserted. So that question will be inserted. So this is that question newly inserted. So you have got a beautiful control on. Suppose if you want to set a question paper of this type, it may happen that it will take about 1 or 2 hours if you want to prepare it without any other access. You prepare it. So that is something. So this is how you can prepare the question paper. Likewise, suppose if we want to create outcomes, okay, for the same generate outcomes. I'm going to generate outcome here. Okay, these are the names: basic statistics, the program name, bridge courses. Outcomes I want to generate. Okay, 2 outcomes. And what is the syllabus that I've given the syllabus. I've given the syllabus, that part, and I am asking to generate the outcomes. So obviously, just giving the syllabus, and I can create the outcomes like this. I wonder whether the time is going above beyond. Okay, so here this outcome, the draft 1, CO1 and CO2, draft 2. Also, you can select these outcomes and save it. So this is likewise, there is options for creating assessment activities. You can give the topic that you have taught the students, the syllabus part, and you want to create an assessment. What all type of authentic assessments that you would like to, because now we are transforming into an authentic assessment style. So what are the different assessments possible with respect to the syllabus that you are handling? You can just give that. So this is a wonderful tool which has been created by PSL Solutions, that is which has been powered by AI. So this question paper.ai will be given to the participants free, and there are many activities connecting this question paper.ai. And we have got a lot of videos which has been there. which will be guiding you on how to use this in an effective way. Not only use this, but how can we integrate it rightly in the teaching learning environment. That's important. That also will be directed there. So I think that this is a part of the because we are our section is about integrating the possibilities of generative AI in making the outcome-based educational journey quite easy. So so these things will be very effective, and you will be loving it. This is just about what is going to happen all these days. You will be experiencing it in its core. So I'm not taking more time now. We have to end our formal sections, and then I'll be here with you to take you through the first, the most important segment of Bloom's taxonomy. So we'll be discussing on that after this. That's all for with respect to what is going to happen. Over to you, Sejin, for.
Thank you, Dr. Sunil Job. Thank you for that introduction of the FDP. Now we would like to re-invite Professor Dr. 𝐒𝐧𝐥𝐢𝐧𝐞 𝐅𝐃𝐏, who's the director of IEM UEM Group, for the inaugural address. Over to you, sir.
Hello. Good evening to all the respected delegates. It's certainly an honor to be invited here in this August gathering. I'm sorry, I'm in Seattle now, so a little bit timing issue was there, just a few minutes, but I'm glad to be here to address all of you. Actually, in USA now, I'm meeting with various faculty members, going to conferences, and all the issue is about the same thing, which is the use of generative AI and large language models in industry and in academia. Now, in academia and industry, both places, it is said that we should look at generative AI as a very effective digital assistant or a co-creator. It should not be looked at as a threat, but rather a co-pilot or a co-creator, which will enhance and multiply our capabilities manifold. Now, in the teaching realm, the use of generative AI can be used not only, for question paper setting, as was just shown. That is a very effective usage, but also it can be used for question paper checking, for essay-based questions, not only multiple choice, that was of course shown, but also essay type of answers, or lengthy answers can be checked using generative AI. But of course, that has to be typed. Otherwise, there will be a OCR step involved, where the content has to be scanned, and it has to be correctly recognized. But I'm quite sure very soon that will also be in offering. But one of the most important things in teaching is that is the content that we teachers teach. That content can be improved manifold. I can tell you a few examples. For example, when we teach, we like to use metaphors and analogies, and you can actually ask your generative AI like ChatGPT or Llama or Google Gemini to give you examples or give you ways to teach using metaphors and analogies, and that will give it to you. And next point is, you can visualize them. You can again give a command, give a prompt to ChatGPT or Gemini or Llama to visualize it, and you can make that visualization funny. You have to fine tune your prompt and tell that, give me a very humorous, funny visualization of this particular concept. So that way you can make your teaching and also learning very much interesting. There are so many things that can be done with generative AI. You can even to aid memory. We all know that the way the neurons work is the neurons, they easily connect to something that we already know. For example, when we are studying something new, we try to subconsciously or other ways, we try to connect it with existing information. So you can ask ChatGPT to, or Llama or Gemini or other generative AI tools to connect your existing to your existing information. So you can just put in the right prompt that how does this new concept connect to the existing concepts. So that will again give you examples. You can for example, you have written something, you can ask to give let's say 10 points to make it even better, or 10 points to highlight your topics. So there are so many things. It all depends. You're only limited by your imagination. So in this interactions here I'm having in US, it is a really eye-opening thing, and already US is trying very hard to adapt to this new change. Everybody in US, just like we are there doing in India, everybody is trying to adapt and adopt generative AI and AI in general in every field. And so that is, of course, for students. When we teach, students are also using ChatGPT and other tools to make their learning easier. But of course, this brings in another aspect, which is plagiarism. But I think you all know that there are tools that check whether the content has been generated by AI, and using those tools as a teacher, you can easily catch those who are using AI for plagiarism. But definitely students are one of the biggest, I think, users of generative AI. And I think teachers also are getting up to speed with generative AI. And when you want to teach a concept, you can just ask generative AI, given the prompt that give me some easier ways to teach this, or give me some concepts, analogies, by way I can teach this particular concept, and the generative AI will give it to you. So and you can even with Grok AI, which is the Twitter's AI, you can even create videos and small kind of materials which have known copyrighted faces. So if you want to use copyrighted or some celebrity related content, you can use it to make your content even more relatable, more interesting. So that was something not known to me before, but I have now taken the subscription of Grok AI, which is the Twitter's X, or now it's called X.com. X is generative AI interface, and you can just give in a command with one of your celebrities. Like, for example, you're teaching something, you use a footballer or a sports person, and immediately the recognition, the interest level spikes up, right? Because the students see somebody they know, they maybe their hero or heroine. So these are some of the concepts I think we can use. By way, we can enhance our teaching learning methodology. We can make our teaching much more engaging, much more effective. And the sky is the limit. We are only limited by our imagination. So again, I thank the organizers for such a wonderful FDP. And of course, generative AI is going to be a very, very effective digital assistant. Just like cell phones have changed the way we work, just like the AI has changed the way we work, with generative AI, this branch, or this particular aspect of AI is further bringing changes. And with quantum coming into the picture, this will be even more effective in real time. And we are already seeing some products coming up in that aspect. And we'll see more and more popularization of these products, and more and more usage. Thank you so much, and best of luck to all of you for this very, very important and interesting faculty development program of using generative AI in the field of teaching and learning.
Thank you, Professor Dr. Satyajit Chakrabarty, for that inaugural address. Now we will move on to the vote of thanks, but please be informed that we will be having an FTP technical session today on the topic of learning domains. So please wait after the vote of thanks for that technical session as well. Now the vote of thanks will be delivered by Dr. Soni Kuriakose, Vice Principal and IKC Coordinator, Nirmala College, Muatupuzha Autonomous, Kerala. Dr. Soni Kuriakose is the Vice Principal and IKC Coordinator at Nirmala College, Muatupuzha Autonomous, with a PhD in Finance earned through the Ministry of Education's Research and Teaching Assistantship Program. A regular contributor to leading English and Malayalam dailies, he writes on finance, taxation, and higher education. Dr. Kuriakose has published over 10 books and numerous articles in related journals. He has conducted more than 150 workshops and seminars, especially on NAAC accreditation, and has completed UGC-sponsored research program projects, earning several accolades, including Best Research Paper Awards. Over to you, sir.
Am I audible to you?
Yes.
Sachin?
Yeah, you're audible. Please proceed.
Good evening, everyone. Respected Professor Dr. 𝐿𝐵𝐴 Chatterjee, Vice Chancellor of University of Engineering and Management, Jaipur, the President of the function, Reverend Dr. Justin Kannadan, Principal of Nirmala College, Muatupuzha Autonomous, Dr. Satyajit Chakrabarty, the Director at the University of Engineering and Management, Jaipur, Professor Mukesh Yadav, Associate Dean at the University of Engineering and Management, Jaipur, Dr. Mendes Jacob, Dr. Sunil Job, fellow colleagues, and my dear participants. Already my previous speakers have set the tone for this workshop, and there is no need to elaborate on the relevance of this FDP right now. But still, I would like to say that this is the third faculty development program organizing by the Nirmala College, Muatupuzha, on this particular topic, outcome-based education. And this is the second one with IPSR Solutions in academic partnership with the IPSR Solutions, and the first one with the University of Engineering and Management. And you know that maybe theoretically the foundations or the philosophies of outcome-based education are well evolved, but in the practical sense, from the viewpoint of the teacher, it's a concept that is still evolving, especially in developing countries like India. And if you see the National Education Policy document 2020, that document mentions the word outcome about 40 times. And the learning outcomes is repeated around 20 times. So that itself denotes the importance of this topic and the relevance of this FDP. So with this short note, let me move on to my official duty. First of all, I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to Professor Dr. 𝐿𝐵𝐴 Chatterjee, Vice Chancellor of the University of Engineering and Management, Jaipur, for your gracious presence and inspiring words in the welcome address. Sir, your vision and academic excellence guide and inspire all of us. Thank you, Professor. I would like to express my special thanks to Reverend Dr. Justin Kannadan, the Principal of Nirmala College, Muatupuzha, for his presidential address. In his presidential address, he has given his thoughts on both outcome-based education and generative AI. And your insights on both those topics set the tone of this FDP and a productive week ahead. Thank you, Father. And in the inaugural address, Dr. Satyajit Chakrabarty gave us a cross-border experience about the generative AI. Thank you, sir. And also Dr. Mukesh Yadav, in his address, he highlighted the critical role of outcome-based education and generative AI in the higher education. Thank you, sir. Dr. Sunil Job, he'll be speaking after my vote of thanks. In his previous speech, he has properly introduced the FDP in such an insightful manner. Thank you, Dr. Sunil Job. And I express my deep appreciation to Professor Dr. Mendes Jacob for his innovative vision and leadership, and for this academic partnership with Nirmala College, Muatupuzha Autonomous. And I also thank the 𝐿𝐺𝐿𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐿𝐺𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐺𝐺𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐺𝐺𝐬. And I also thank the 𝐿𝐺𝐺𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐿𝐺𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐿𝐺𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐿𝐺𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐿𝐺𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐿𝐺𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐿𝐺𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽𝐽 And I also would like to thank the organizing team at the university and Nirmala College, Muvatuvida Autonomous, and the technical staff at IPSR Academic Solutions, especially Sri 𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿 𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿 and other team members. And I thank all the participants. I understand that nearly 2,000 participants are attending this faculty development program. It's a 7-day faculty development program. And thank you, all of you, and have a wonderful evening and a productive week ahead. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for that wonderful word of thanks. Now, we will move on to the technical session for today. The technical session will be on learning domains. This is going to be delivered by Dr. Sulindra K.A., who's the Chief of Academic Solutions, IPSR, and he's the Associate Professor and Director, Educational Research and Development, Marine College, Kuttakkad, Autonomous. Over to you, sir.
Okay, thank you, Srijan, and good evening once again. So here we are moving to the first technical section of our 1-week FTP program. Obviously, I think we have already conducted about more than 200 FTP programs connecting outcome-based educations. And in almost all the sections, we begin with the learning domain, especially with the Bloom's taxonomy. Actually, the Bloom's taxonomy is that important when we are looking forward to the outcome-based education, because that will give you a clarity on the abstract behavior or the abstract behavior which has been happening in the process of teaching and learning. So a clarity on this Bloom's taxonomy is quite essential, and it could be considered as a pivotal segment which is essential for a realization of outcome-based education in its right sense. So that's why we are often beginning with this Bloom's taxonomy. And I don't think that this is something new to you, because obviously being teachers, we have got a clarity on Bloom's taxonomy. But since it is that important, let this be a revisit on Bloom's taxonomy, because if you want to fix the outcome-based education in its right position, the Bloom's taxonomy will help you in that way. And not only that, if you're taking that implementation of the outcome-based education in different phases, obviously it can happen in three stages. The first important stage in implementation of outcome-based education is formulation of the curriculum in the lines of outcome-based education. And if you want to formulate the curriculum in its right way, obviously this is something very important on how to fix the outcome and how to make connections between these outcomes. This Bloom's taxonomy plays a key role. And the second phase in the implementation of outcome-based education is that giving life to the outcome-based education. You will be wondering, what is giving life? That is the real teaching learning environment in a teaching learning process. Educator interact with the educand, how the teacher interact with the students, and how can they make the interaction in an outcome-based line. So if you want to make that in a right way, that is the essence of that interaction is constructive alignment. Obviously here, the outcome is the hero. We want to align every activities connected to the learning process centered around that outcome. If you want to make it in this way, obviously Bloom's taxonomy is again there. And the final phase, which is the post-active phase, is assessment. And if you want to make the assessments with respect to the outcome, and if you want to scale the outcome to what extent that the students have attained that outcome, there also we need the scale of this Bloom's taxonomy to make a right judgment about that activities, even if it is an authentic way assessment, or whether it is the assessment is competency based or whatever it may be. There also this Bloom's taxonomy plays a vital role. So what I would like to say is that this Bloom's taxonomy spans the outcome-based education in all its aspects. So that is why we are, even though this is not something new to you, we are placing it in the first segment. And obviously, we have got only very limited time to go ahead. Obviously, our formal time will be up to 9. Obviously, since we had the formal sections, a very beautiful formal sections that has already happened, it may go up to 5 to 10 minutes beyond 9. So please stay with us. We'll be going with the Bloom's taxonomy. I've got a few slides to share with you. And I may, with the permission, I just keep my video off because they can, it sometimes happen that there is issues with connectivity. So I'm just keeping this video close when I'm sharing my screen. Sijan, am I audible and my screen is okay, visible?
Yeah, your screen is visible.
Sound is okay. Sound
is okay.
Okay,
yeah,
then we can
okay,
go
now
ahead.
Yeah, just put it on presentation mode.
Yeah, that's
okay.
That's what I'm going to do. Okay.
That's just fine. Yeah.
Go with the Bloom's. Okay. So here we go with the Bloom's taxonomy. Actually, the word taxonomy is nothing but classification. That is here what Benjamin Bloom have tried to make is that the Benjamin Bloom has stated that learning is a process that goes from simple to complex. We can just bring it to your mind. The learning is something that will happen from simple to complex or from direct to abstractions. This roadmap between simple to complex or direct to abstraction is being categorized or classified into different levels on the basis of the cognitive challenge this learning experience bring onto the learner. So the Bloom's taxonomy is all about this classification. That is, the learning is something which happens in a continuum and it will progress from one level to the other. So it is all about the classification of the roadmap between this. So obviously we know that Bloom's taxonomy and outcome-based education is which has been on in the lines of nurturing the learner, or it is connected with the process of learning. So I've just included one slide on what is learning. Just a simple slide in the sense I've just taken the most simplest statement regarding what is learning. You can just go through that. Learning is a process that leads to change. So wherever there is learning, there is a change that the learning has brought about in that learner, obviously. So if you're taking, that is, we all participants here are teachers. So when we go into a classroom for teaching a topic, obviously the students at the initial level will be having some set initial behavior. And after having about a class about interacting with the students, that means teaching the students for about 1 hour or so, their level will not be same as that when you have entered the class. They will be elevated to a little more a higher level. Something has happened in their knowledge that they have accumulated, in their attitude, in the way that they are viewing things. Some changes would have happened in that learner. So let us consider that as the terminal level. Now you can just imagine of a situation. What is the difference between the terminal level that the learner has attained and the initial level the learner was before? This difference is nothing but the outcome of that class, isn't it? You have gone, interacted with the students for about 1 hour. You have made the students to elevate their thought process to a higher level. And that difference is the outcome. So in an outcome-based scenario, what we are doing is we are prefixing this outcome first and ensuring this outcome is met through the process of teaching and learning. So assurance of learning is been guaranteed. It's been ensured in the process of teaching learning process. So this is what outcome-based education means in its simplest sense. So when you are when you are dealing with a teaching learning environment in an outcome-based approach, you fix the outcome priorly and ensure that this is met during the process of teaching learning. So now what I've been telling is that about a class of 1 hour. Suppose if you are given a course to handle for a semester, you are handling a paper. Obviously, before starting your classes, the students will be having an initial level of behavior. And after teaching them the entire courses, the students will not be there with respect to the area that you're teaching. They will be elevated to a higher level. Obviously, otherwise, the time that you have spent teaching that particular topic or the particular course will be wasted. They'll be elevated. So that differences will be the outcome of the course. So in an outcome-based approach, what we do is that we will be defining what should be after teaching this course priorly, and every activities with respect to the courses will be constructively aligned to this outcome, so that by the end of the course, the outcome that you prefixed should have been met. So this is the course outcome. What should be the outcome for on teaching this course is the course outcome, which you identify first, and then you will make the students attain that through the process of teaching learning. And the methodology and pedagogy of teaching and learning will be different innovative practices could be integrated, so that you are taking the students to attain this outcome. So in other sense, the outcome-based education is a directional approach, streamlining and directing the students to the outcome. Or I would like to put it in another sense is that outcome-based education is a process whereby you are trying to remove the wasteful approaches, the wasteful attempt in the teaching learning process, in the sense that for making the students attain that particular outcome. You are directing, it is a directional process. The wasteful energy has been, that is unwanted things is been eliminated, and you align all the activities into the targeted outcome. So that is outcome-based education. And if you are just viewing it in a macro level, that is a program level, that is if the students are enrolled for a undergraduate program, for example, BCom program, something like that. After +2 level, the students will be having some initial level, and after completing the program, they will be elevated to a higher professional level. So this higher level is been prefixed first as the different program outcomes, like communication competence, professionalism, creative thinking, problem solving, social accountability, like a number of things. So the entire program should be steering the students so that when they leave out of the program, they become productive professionals in the lines of the outcomes that you have made at the initial point. So taking the end as the initial point and directing your work so that this is what is happening in an outcome-based education. Actually, I was trying to explain it from a simple statement. What is that statement? Learning is a process that leads to change. So here we could say that learning is a process that brings about some desirable behavioral change. Desirable. You are prefixing what is the desirable outcome for the program. What is the desirable program outcome? What are the desirable course outcomes? what are the desirable intended learning outcome for teaching a topic, desirable. So the learning is a process of bringing out some desirable learning behavioral change in that individual. Now I am again taking that change, that the element change. The students, wherever there is learning, there is some change which is happening in that individual. I am taking that term change and I'm dividing it into three. What are the three things? The change can happen in the way in which they think. That is, the change can happen in their thought process, intellectual domain. Intellectual domain is the domain that regulates the thought process. The change can happen in their intellectual domain, or we can say it as cognitive. It is a technical term, cognitive domain. The change can happen in the way in which you value something, or the change can happen in your attitude. The change can happen in your emotional level, emotional stability. So this is the second area where change can happen. And the third area of the change is that the change can happen in the way in which you perform some physical activities, which is being regulated by the what you could say the motor skills. So the learning is something that brings out change. The change can happen to the thought process, intellectual level, with respect to the feelings, emotions, attitude, and the change can happen in the way in which you perform some physical activities. That is what we say, that the change can happen to head, heart, and hand. Head, heart, and hand. 3 H. So education is a process of all-round development of the 3 H. That is head, that is thought process. Heart, the way in which you think, attitude. And hand, the way in which you perform the motor skills. So these are the 3 areas. And what what we can go to the next slide. Bloom's taxonomy is all about is that in all these 3 domains, there is a hierarchy on how the change is happening. There is a hierarchy on how the change is happening. And the Benjamin Bloom has classified this hierarchy or this roadmap of change in these 3 domains into different levels on the basis of its difficulty level. That is Bloom's taxonomy. So now you can just read what is given here. This person smiling at you is none other than Benjamin Bloom, right? You can just read the first statement. Is it encouraging? Obviously, it is encouraging. That is what any person in this world can learn. Any person, if that is irrespective, that is the person not with any special challenge. What any person in this world can learn, almost all person can learn if provided with appropriate prior and current conditions of learning. So we often says that the students are not performing well because we are not able to make a rapport between prior and current condition. So learning is something which is happening in a continuum. There is a progression. Suppose if you want to teach something for today, some topic for today, it has got some connections which the students should have learned as a prerequisite. Because learning is something which is happening in a continuum. And that is what Bloom also has highlighted. There is a continuum in the process when it progresses from the lower cognitive skills to the higher cognitive skills. So you can just see the Bloom's taxonomy is set of 3 hierarchical models. What is the 3 about? We have considered the change can happen in 3 areas. The 3 hierarchical model is that how change can happen in these 3 domains. So these are that. These domains are that which related to the intellectual abilities and skills. We can call it as cognitive domain. That which is connected with the feeling, emotions, and attitude could be considered as attitude domain. And that which is regulated by motor skills, physical activity, and more, that could be considered as psychomotor domain. So the personality of an individual is how well he get the change, or he develop his changes in these three domains. That is how that these are the three areas where the learning happens in the individual. And here in this segment, we are focusing more on cognitive domain, because when we're preparing the curriculum, we are focusing on how the knowledge system should be built about. And the knowledge system will be directly affecting the cognitive, the intellectual thought process. Just like food to the body, the knowledge system is to the intellectual activities, how the intellectual is being constructed in the learner. So we are focusing more on cognitive domain, and the other two domains like affective domain and psychomotor domain will be integrated as an hidden curriculum sandwiched through the process of teaching learning process. So we'll be capitalizing more on cognitive domain. So this is the Bloom's the revised Bloom's taxonomy regarding cognitive domain. When we say revised, there was a pre-revised which has been published on 1956. That goes like this: the knowledge comprehension analysis, the knowledge comprehension application analysis, synthesis evaluation. That was the first format of Bloom's taxonomy of cognitive domain. And this is this has been revised version has been given by the associates of Benjamin Bloom. So they have that is Lauren Anderson. He is the associate of Benjamin Bloom. So this revised version has been given by Lauren Anderson, as well as David. So they have given that revised version on Bloom's taxonomy. And you can see here, here we could see that knowledge is something which the learning is something which happens from simple to complex, or from concrete to abstract. This roadmap is been divided into different levels. The most basic level of learning is remembering. Remembering is that when we say remembering, what does it emphasize? Memory level of learning. So we are connected to the external world through our five senses. Whatever we know is that which has reached us through the five senses, like seeing, hearing, touch, like that. So if you are hearing something, what is really happening? What is the technical thing which has been happening here? The sound waves is coming to you, creating vibrations in your in the what you could say the eardrum. That is transferred through the chain of ossicles into cochlear, into the auditory nerves, and it will reach the brain. Activity that the brain do is that it will try to store it, memorize it. So when the first level of learning is to memorize the external impulses that comes to the individual through the five senses, will be first recorded in the brain. And once it is recorded, the cognitive the cognitive process that at that level is just to recollect it, memorize it. That is why we call it as remembering. So if you want to remember something, it can happen even by knowing what is it, and even without unknowing, remembering will happen. So remembering just means that just to recollect what has reached to your brain through the different senses. Once it has come to the, automatically it will switch on to the next level. What is the next level? We will try to create some meaning of whatever thing that reached into your brain. That is remembering. Meaningful, that is perception. That is meaningful interpretation of whatever impulses that comes to the brain will take the learner to the next level. That is the meaningful interpretation of the impulses that reached him through the different senses. So at this stage, what happens? We try to get the meaning of what he has memorized in his. So that is what we could say, that understanding. So when you are teaching, I think you are remembering what the Vice Chancellor 𝐬𝐵 Chatterjee has said, if you can analyze the question paper or the university question paper, 95% of the questions will be from the first two levels. He has very rightly said, because we are teaching the students different concept, terms, procedures, all these things. The students will first take it to the brain, try to memorize it, and try to understand the meaning. So at this level of understanding, what type of learning which happens is that the students understands the concept. The concept level learning is been happening at that level. So you are teaching a lot of content to the students through different subjects. The student understands the concepts. So that is understanding level. But this learning becomes meaningful only when they transfer this understanding, into some relevant situations whereby he is able to solve the problems. So the next level is applying, means they are just transferring the knowledge, or I can say applying the knowledge that they have learned into some situations, some problematic situations, or in any situation, so that they are able to solve their problems. That is application. And what is little higher level, next higher level is analyzing. Analyzing, I would like to say, it is analyzing is a higher order application. So analyzing is that the learner is been confronted with a complex situation. What happens when we are confronting with a complex situations? A complex situation is an integration of multiple learning experiences. Because in a complex situations, the learner have to apply the different learning into one situation. So how can you apply? You have to, first thing is that you have to break the complex situations into compactable components and apply the learning with respect to the different components and try to find out the relationship between them. That is analysis. So suppose if we are going for a PhD, what is happening is that we make objective-wise analysis. There will be one objective. This objective will be analyzed from different parameters. Suppose we will be analyzing about a problem with respect to the gender perspective, with respect to the location perspective, with respect to different parameters and the answers. So analysis is viewing the problem from different angles by breaking out into different components. Suppose, for example, if you are making a program, if you are making a computer program, you can apply the syntax and make a program. But when that your this program has got some error that has happened in this program, what happens is that you have to debug it. If you want to debug it, what you have to do? You have to analyze the program into different modules or compartments like that, and identify whether each modules are functioning effectively, and identify what is the issue. There is an analysis. So, so this is the hierarchy. After application, you will be moving to analysis. And above analysis is what evaluating. Evaluating means you are analyzing the entire system with respect to some criteria and finding you're passing out judgment. That is evaluation. So evaluation and analysis are very closer to each other. Suppose if you are given, if you are selected as a guide, a judge to evaluate a dance form, what you normally do? Normally do is that we will be analyzing each participant, their dance step, whether these steps are in lines with that particular dance form, with respect to some criteria. What is the costumes, or how the steps are, whether the steps are synchronized, what is the facial gestures that this dancer, are they interacting the theme of the dance with the audience the right way. Likewise, you can make some analysis And on the basis of analysis, you can make which is the best one. We all know what is NRF ranking. The NRF ranking has put forward about five criteria like teaching and learning, research, outreach, perspective like that. So they're collecting the data from the different category with respect to different category throughout India, and with respect to each criteria, they are analyzing the performance of each colleges, and after that, what they're doing, they're giving score to their performance, and then they are ranking it. Ranking means evaluating which is the college that has got the top rank. So they are evaluating it. So evaluation happens after a thorough. And what is the highest level? Creating. Creating means going beyond. You are developing some new things to the bank of knowledge. So that is creating. And for creating, what is essential? A thorough analysis is important. That is why when you go for PhD, normally what is seen is that we give little importance to review of literature. What I say is that the review of literature is the most important component in a research process. Normally what I could say is that it is not taken that much seriously. So through review of literature, what is really happening? We are just analyzing and evaluating what is the latest thing which has been happening in the area that you are conducting research. What are the gaps which is already there? If you want to know, you have to make a thorough review and evaluate what is the position of the current knowledge system. There we can find the gaps. And it is this analysis and this evaluation lead you to the next level. How this gap could be filled, or how you can improvise the system to the next level. So only through evaluation you will sense the necessity, and necessity is the mother of invention. So if you want to trigger up the creativity, which can lead to some new knowledge, you should have thorough analysis and evaluation. So that will lead to some new knowledge back. So this is how the learning should happen. And Bloom's taxonomy has given a very beautiful picture on how the learning has happened. And now so learning is a process. You can read the statement. It's a process engineered in such a way that one level is a prerequisite of the other, and learning happens in a continuum. So suppose if you want to apply something, what is needed? What is needed? You should have a thorough understanding about the concept. If you want to check whether the system this system addresses Ohm's law, physics, you should know what is Ohm's law, the thorough there. So a clear understanding of the concept is essential for application. If you want to analyze something, you want to apply multi-dimensional knowledge to different components and find out the association. Then only the analysis will be complete. And if you want to evaluate something, a thorough analysis is important. So this is why, this is the hierarchy, how it should progress. That is why Bloom has said that everybody can learn. Everybody can learn. There is a if statement. If there is a connection between the prior and current condition. If the current condition that you are trying to make is application, the prior condition is that there should be sufficient background regarding what you are going to apply. So the problem is that there is no connection between. That is why the students are not progressing. And if you want to make the connection, we want to adapt the system according to the individual difference. And it is at this point that AI will be helping you. How to make, I think one of our speaker, Dr. Satyajit has very beautifully said that if you want to make your teaching learning little entertainment, how to make it entertainment, AI will be helping you. So you can customize the methodology through AI system. How to make it, how to get real-time experiences, or how to make evaluation, authentic evaluation, how to create an immersive learning experience. You can consult with your AI system. That will give you guidelines. So all these ecosystems should be complemented each other so that the learning could be made effective. So I have got few slides to little more drill into these domains. Obviously, we know that remembering is remember. I remember means I kept something in my memory, and when you keep something in the memory, what you can expect from the learner will recall it. So if you're putting a, so these are some of the verbs. I've trisected this slides into three. One, what are the cognitive skills you can observe? Cognitive skills you can observe in the learner, and these are the verbs that will help you. These verbs are available in the LMS. There is no need to copy all these things. These are the verbs that may help you in framing questions, and these are some of the questions. So at the remembering level, what are the cognitive skills? Recall. You will recall. So if you want to recall it, there is no need that you understand something. Taking this verb, list, and I'm putting a question. List the various domains in Bloom's taxonomy. I told that there are 3 domains. My question is list. So what does this question do? The question demands the ability to find the technical name: cognitive domain, affective domain, psychomotor domain. Even if I have explained about cognitive domain. Okay, I told that there are 6 levels. I didn't say anything about affective domain. I didn't say that affective domain is something related to our attitude. At affective domain, the learning progresses from receiving, responding, valuing, organizing, characterizing. I didn't explain anything about that. But still, you remembered affective domain and you scored mark. I didn't say that this psychomotor domain progresses through imitation, manipulation, precision, articulation, naturalization. I didn't explain about that. But still, you remembered what? The term psychomotor. You will get the full credit. So this question is a remembering level question. You may be a PhD in Bloom's taxonomy, but this question only demands your ability to remember these 3 technical. So what is this? Define multiculturalism. Define means you have to write the definition which is given by some sociologists regarding multiculturalism. When we go for a evaluation camp, I've seen the teachers redacting marks for using different term in the definitions. That is, they are not using the same words which that person has used in the definition. Maybe his concept will be right, but still redacting mark. This is not the definition is all about. And even seen that they are not giving marks because they didn't put it in inverted commas, because this is a statement said by some other person, like that. So this memorizing, we are taxing the students. So list the key components of GST. Or suppose if I say that abbreviate GST. Suppose if they the students are writing the full form of GST, even without knowing what is GST, they will be getting marks. So this is only testing the students regarding remembering. I will just make it fast. Then going to understanding. Understanding, we know that the students grasp the meaning. That is what is happening at an understanding level. Grasp the meaning. When you grasp the meaning, you have become the authority. You can explain it, you can summarize it, you can illustrate it, whatever thing. You can restate it in your own words because you understood the concept. So these are the verbs which will happen at that level. Suppose if you want to ask a question at an understanding level, you can frame the question like this. Explain the various levels of learning in cognitive domain. Before I asked to remember only the technical now I am asking you to explain it. If you want to explain, if you are able to explain it, that means you understood. The cognitive domain is something related to the intellectual domain. It is something related to how the knowledge is been gained. The knowledge gained by the learner, it progresses from 6 levels from remembering, understanding. What is actually remembering means? If you are explaining it that way, that means you understood. You understood the concept. It's okay. You understood the concept. Before I ask to define, so you have to remember what some persons has told about multiculturalism. Now I am asking to restate it your own words. That means I'm giving you freedom to explain it. So you may say that multiculturalism is just like a fruit salad. What is it? Fruit salad? What is it? Different fruits are existing in the of cohesive cream. Like that, in a multiculturalism, different culture coexist, isn't it? India is a land of different diversity. Multiculturalism, different culture, different religion, different ideology are connected in the cream of nationalism. Multiculturalism is well said. The state examples, everything is very beautifully said. Summarize the calculation of GST. When they summarize it, okay, we got a state component, central component, says like that. If they first identify the tax rate, like that, if they're explaining it, that means they know. So what is next? Applying. Applying in the sense you are taking learning to the next level, transferring the learning into situations. So that is applying. You are making a practical application of whatever you have learned. So use this method concept allows in a new situation. That is something important. New situation, not the same thing. You are applying your knowledge to some new situations. That is it. So it can be problem solving a problem or something like that. So these are the verbs that you can use in this context. So the same thing. The first question I asked was to list. Then I asked you to explain. Now what did I say? Frame few questions related to each domain in your subject. So now I am asking you, I have taught you, I have explained to you what is cognitive domain. You understood cognitive domain, so you will be explaining the things. Now I don't want any explanations. I want you to transfer the knowledge of Bloom's taxonomy to the subject that you're handling, maybe physics or chemistry or whatever it may be. And I want you to prepare 2 questions each from each domain. That means I want you to prepare 2 questions from remembering level, understanding level, application level. So if you are able to prepare it, that means you have applied the Bloom's taxonomy to your subject in framing questions. Is it clear? So application, the application is done, isn't it? So likewise, illustrate few multicultural practices. You are applying your knowledge and you are illustrating it from your examples from your institutional perspective. So likewise, you you are giving a use case to your students and asking you to calculate the GST. So they are calculating it. That means they are applied it into that particular scenario. They're calculating it. This question is applying. So now you have made a hierarchy. Okay, what is understanding level question? Just you can answer it from the memory. From meaningful understanding, you can answer. Through application, you can answer. Next level is analyzing. Analyzing means you are going into little more complex situations. Complex situations. There you have to apply your knowledge to the different components which has been applying there. Suppose if I am asking you to what I could say, compare to mobile phones. Let it be. I will take another example. Suppose if I'm asking the students to salt analysis. This is a common experiment which every science students have done in the school days. Salt analysis. What do they do? That is, they takes a small element, a small sample of salt. They will do different testing. They will do nitrate test, different tests. And after that, what will they do? They will connect all these things and they will say that this is the salt. So not only one thing, they are making multi-level application of their knowledge into different frames, and they're making connection between them and analyzing. That's the analyzing. So suppose we are working with the Bloom's taxonomy, right? I asked a list, then explain, then I asked you to frame questions. Now at an analyzing level, what should I give? I am giving you questions. And I am asking you to identify the characteristics of this question and identify to which level these questions will belong. So what have you to do? What is the cognitive process that you have to do? You have to take the question, you have to identify what is the cognitive challenge that this question is posing on the learner, whether these questions could be answered from a memory level, or whether they need a little more understanding about, or whether they need an application level capacity. So likewise, just like SALT analysis, you have to make a different multi-layered analysis regarding the questions, and then you can give the final answer. Okay, this is an application level question, or this is an analytical question, or this is even higher level question. So, or this is only a remembering level question. So this is analysis. So analysis means breaking a complex problem into component parts and then applying the knowledge into the component part and establishing the relationship. Well, you compare the approaches of multiculturalism in two countries. Compare the multiculturalism of two countries. What will you do? So, okay, two countries you are taking, okay, India and UK. So, what is the form of government? So, what is that? The two system is given to you. You are fragmenting the system into different components. Like, what is the first thing? What is the type of constitutions? What is the form of government? What is the welfare that each citizen of these countries enjoy? What is the state of their the finance system? Likewise, you are breaking it into different components and applying your knowledge, and then you make comparison. So what is it? You are analyzing. You are analyzing. Suppose if I am giving two mobile phones, okay, and to analyze the performance of these two mobile phones, what will you do? Okay, you will, okay, the first, you will be breaking it into the cost element. Then, okay, what is the display quality? What is the battery life? Likewise, you will be factorizing it into different components, and then you are analyzing. So this is analysis. So analysis is a higher level of application level where you apply your knowledge to these components and make comparisons. So that is it. And evaluation means little more higher. You are judging which is better. You are judging which is better. The same thing, I am giving two mobile phones and asking you to compare and say which mobile phone is better. So what will be your answer? What is your criteria? So I will be giving three criteria. So with respect to these criteria, you will be analyzing the phones. And which one will stand at the top will be identified. Isn't it? The same thing. The NIRF is analyzing the performance with respect to 5 criteria. But every institutions who are submitting the SSR will be analyzed with respect to the different criteria. And who is standing top will be highlighted. So this is what this analysis, and after the analysis, you are evaluating. After analysis, you are evaluating. Now, I will say that we are analyzing, making some at the remembering level. I asked you list, explain. At the understanding level, then I asked you to frame questions, then identify questions. What will be an analytical level question? If I ask, do you think you can prepare questions for all levels of Bloom's taxonomy in your subject? Justify. Here, justify is important. Not yes or no. You have to justify. So if you want to justify, what you have to know? First thing you have to know, what is Bloom's taxonomy? You should have tried to apply Bloom's taxonomy in different situations. You have analyzed it in detail and found these are the areas where Bloom's taxonomy is not working in your subject. And then you say, come with the answer. Sir, your Bloom's taxonomy is not working in my area. Isn't it? So not working means you will make all the justifications. If you want to reach at that point, you should have a thorough coverage about its knowledge, its application. You analyzed it, you identified some areas where it is not properly functioning, and then you are highlighting that. Okay, analysis. So analysis means appraisal. And I told that when you're going with research, a thorough analysis, review of literature will give you insight. What are the lackings? And that lackings will lead you further into the level of creativity. Isn't it? Okay, here, evaluate both taxations. You are teaching about GST and VAT. So you are asking the students to evaluate which tax forms is the best. So you will be taking the system, value-added taxes, as well as GST. You will be evaluating it with respect to the different criteria, and you will be identifying that these are the merits of GST, these are the demerits. These are the merits of value-added tax, these are the demerits. So what is that? You are analyzing and then evaluating. Evaluate, merit, demerit, merit, demerit. You are evaluating. Suppose if you are asking a question, critically evaluate. This question is a very higher order question that demands the student's ability to view the topic in the real-time authentic situations and give the answer. But the problem is that if you are giving the answer prior to the students and ask them to learn by heart and ask them to evaluate, it is not the students who are evaluating. Actually, the question evaluate means we want the students' cognitive challenge to rise to the situations, not yours. So sometimes what happens is that we will kill the possibility of these questions by giving them advanced answers and asking the same question. It will be just like if I say that I'll be giving a surprise test tomorrow. You will think that what has happened? I am going to give a surprise test. What is the surprise there? I will give you a test. It will be just like that. If you are giving the answer to the evaluate question priorly and asking the students to evaluate, what is the purpose of evaluate there? You are just giving the answers. So all these higher order questions should pose their effort and competencies in order to make these things right. And the topmost is create. Create means you are going beyond and identifying something new. That is, use your old ideas and create something new. So after evaluating, you identified sense that there are something. So creativity is something essential to go beyond this evaluation and to bring some newer things. So you can just see these diagrams which I've shown. For analysis, what happens is that you are breaking the situations into different components and then applying your knowledge and try to find out connections. For example, if you want to study about human body, that is, if you want to detailed study, you can differentiate this human body into muscular system, nervous system, and skeleton system. You can study it in a specialized way, apply the knowledge and integrate it to identify the full system, like that. And for synthesis and for create means you are adding your knowledge to bring something new. So actually every create level have got some synthesizing your previous knowledge to bring some new things. So with respect to Bloom's taxonomy, we have been working with the Bloom's taxonomy from each level. And the previous level you told that your Bloom's taxonomy is not answering my questions or my situations. So what is the next step? Create a new model for classification of learning outcomes. So that is the next step. So it is the new model arises from the deficit that the previous knowledge had. So that deficit will be identified through a proper evaluation, and then a creative thinking will take you to the higher level of new knowledge generations. So in the previous for VAT and GST, you identified, okay, these are the merits of what, and these are the demerits of what. These are the merits of GST and what demerits of GST. You identified it. So what is the next level that you could go? That is, develop a new tax model incorporating the strength of both the GST and VAT. So you are taking the possibilities of positives of GST and VAT and eliminating the defects of GST and VAT and creating a new model. That is how the knowledge develops, and learning also develops in that way. So this is how the knowledge have to progress. So that is why in the new educational policy, when we go with integrated programs, the honor programs is going to the higher level. There also you can see the first level is a foundation level, then going to application level, and at the fourth year you have to go through into the research oriented level, which takes you to the higher order of level learning. We are given that 400 like that regarding the. So there also you can see a placement that is a real time axis of Bloom's taxonomy on how you design the curriculum and how you place the curriculum in the learning track, because we are in the FY UGP syllabus preparation and all. So now we know that most of the colleges is going to an autonomy. So we have got academic freedom is there with us. So and the most important thing is that if you want to increase the quality of an educational system, the most effective way you can do is that increase the quality of the assessment. If you're putting the assessment into a lower level, you're asking only the students to identify the concept, then they will not become as productive citizens who are able to meet the challenges of their life and career. That is, if you're placing your assessment track to a higher order, definitely all the students are bound to reach that level. And when they are bound to reach the level, the academic level, when they move out of education institutions, they will become productive citizens who can contribute well in their life and career. So the most effective way of increasing the quality of an education system is to bring the assessment system into an higher order. And you are able to identify the higher order by means of Bloom's taxonomy. That is what the initial addresses by a Vice Chancellor said, that 95% of the questions is from the basic level of remembering and understanding. And this is the curse of the educational system. We have to take it to the higher level. That does not mean that 100% higher level. That is not right. You should have appropriate representations from higher order thinking skills and lower order thinking skills. Up to application level is lower order thinking skills, and up to and above that is higher order thinking skills. So now I'm just going to give you a small example. That is, suppose if you are putting memory level, this remembering level as K1, then like understanding level as K2, likewise, then application level K3, analyzing level K4, likewise. Then what will be this level? You can put it in chat. Let me check it out. What level is this? You can read it correctly and give the answers. What does this signify? A student learns from notes. They're learning from notes, isn't it? Not they're genuine. Analyze the motives of the speech by Mark Antony. The question is analyze. This is a very famous thing. What is the motives? Analyze the motive is okay, is higher order. But what has happened? What has happened? It is a K2 level. The question analyze means okay, the students have learned the literature, and if they're writing it of their own, obviously it is an analyze. But we have killed that question and made it to and what level? What level? And remembering level, if they're by heart, but it is written that the perfect answer gives a perfect answer to this in his own words. So you try to understand and write. So it's an understanding level. Find the volume of the cube when one of the side is known. Obviously, we know that volume is side into side into side. I just given a common simple thing. And if I say that if the side is 10, you will say that volume is 1000. So normally what happens is that we say that, okay, this seems to be what type of question? You are applying it. But actually it is not application. It is just what you are substituting the value for in the formula and giving the answer. It is just only a remembering or remembering. I would say it is only remembering, or you can at the most understanding level. Because if you want application is apply the knowledge in some unfamiliar situation. Suppose if I am asking that, okay, the water is flowing through a pipe and falling into a cubical tank offside 10 meters, and the rate of flow is such and such. How much time it will take to fill? That means you are applying that knowledge in some different situations. So that could be an application level. Not direct substitution is not an application level. The students is asked to conduct an experiment. This you will say. we have been referring about the SALT analysis, conducting experiments. They are doing experiments, taking about the observations and analyzing the situations. So it is an analyzing. Debate on pros and cons of net banking. Okay, what is the merit and demerit? And obviously we will be debating on net banking. So you should know the net banking, how it is being applied. These are the pros, cons. Then it is really an evaluation level. And match the invention within. Okay, what is this? Okay, who is this invention? Oh, book and author. Suppose in most of the GK questions we say, okay, who is the author of this book? Suppose if I say that Midsummer Night's Dream. Okay, you will say that it is William Shakespeare. If you want to say it is William Shakespeare, there is no need to read that book, understand what is the theme of that, or what is who is the author of Macbeth. Okay, William Shakespeare. There is no need to read that. Oh, this invention invented. Who is the inventor of such and such things? So even without knowing what is the invention, you will be able to answer it. So just remembering it. And obviously the last question. Okay, this you don't need to answer because we have already discussed it. Created new model of classification of learning objectives because you already told that learning objectives, your system is not addressing that. So that is case 6. So now we have got one task which is there in your LMS, that is you have to analyze the question paper. So how to do this is very beautifully explained in that LMS, but I'm just giving a small outline. This is a automated Excel sheet which is created by me. But this is the task where you have to enter. So what you have to do is that, as our Vice Chancellor told that, if you analyze the previous year's question papers, you will identify 95% of the questions are from lower order. We are going to test whether it is right. For this, what you have to do, you have to collect one previous year's question paper that you are handling. Now you know how to analyze a question. Read the question, whether it is remembering level, understanding level, whatever it may be. You are now in a position to identify what is the level of cognitive challenge that question brings in the learner. What is the level of the question according to the Bloom's taxonomy? So you will take your question paper. Suppose if the question paper has got part A, part B, part C, or whatever it may be. Okay, this is the part A question. Read the question, and if it is just some definition of something, it will be remembering. So it is a drop-down menu is there. Different levels are there. So take the remembering and what is the marks. Likewise, read the second question. Don't read about the choice or anything like that. We are only concerned about how many questions are there irrespective of choice. If there are 20, 25 questions, okay, all the questions, you read it. So the main purpose is that I want you to have a thorough concept of Bloom's taxonomy, and I want you to analyze the question paper in the lines of Bloom's taxonomy. That is my intention, isn't it? So you read the question and you put the answer just to identify what is the nature of the question paper. So this is an automated. Okay, one more B. I will put B. Okay, it is an applying level, and it is 5 marks. You put it like this. And next, there is a C part. There is a C part essay, isn't it? And this C part is little higher level, analyzing level, and it is 10 marks. Put it like this. So what will be reflected here? And you can see that here 42% of the marks is from what type? Analytic. So your question paper is very good. And here you can see that about 42% are higher order questions and 58% are lower order questions. And you can write your remark here. So you can write the program name and course name. Program can be BSc, course can be Introduction to Computer, year, semester. And after analyzing that particular question paper, you can evaluate it. So you are going something beyond. You have analyzed it, and on the basis of analysis, you are writing your evaluation. Okay, this question paper has got such and such lackings. So such and such modification should be brought about to make the assessment little more better. So you can make it like that. So this is your assessment that you can do it. So it is very clearly discussed in your LMS. You can go to the LMS. This SOP is there. You can work with that. So I'm stopping my this screen sharing, and now the platform is open for you. If you have any queries, you can put it.
If you have any questions to Dr. Sunil Job, you can please put it in the chat and we'll take it. Please note everybody, tomorrow's session will be on architecture of OBE and design of outcomes. That will be again taken by Dr. Sunil Job.
And obviously in the LMS, there is a doubt clearance forum is there. So we'll be visiting, all the resource persons will be visiting that forum. So we will be answering there also. If you have any queries at present, you can put it in this open platform, or you can post it there. We can answer. And the important thing is that if you're posting it there, you will be getting multi-dimensional answers, multiple viewpoints by your peers, because you are having more experiences. Your experiences will be shared there. So that will be better. So make the maximum utilization of that. And if there is no much queries, I think we can conclude, because we have to bound to stop at 9, because since we started very late, nearly about 8:30, so we just rushed through the content. Anyhow, I think we didn't make any, that is, I didn't dilute it. I just given it in the way that you need.
All right, okay. Some people are asking me regarding the access of the LMS. For access of LMS, what you need to do is you need to make the payment of ₹400 to the account details that I've put in the chat. Once that is done, you need to send a copy of the screenshot to that number 90205-92530. Okay, so once that is done, then you will get a mail with the details of the LMS access.
Okay, the PPT, video, everything will be there in the LMS, so don't worry, you will be getting it. So I think if there is no much queries, so we can meet tomorrow. Tomorrow will be, I'm sure that I will close this section before 9. So don't worry, I will compensate it there. Thank you. Have a nice evening.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sunil Job, sir, for that session. We will see you tomorrow again for the session on architecture of OBE and design of outcomes. Please join in on time. Tomorrow we'll start at 7 p.m. Yes, I've seen a question. How to access LMS? I have access to LMS, but how to ask me? Your tasks will be active from a little more later time. Okay, it will be active, so you can see all the tasks for the day 1. Thank you, everybody. Please join in on time tomorrow at 7 p.m. Thank you all. Have a pleasant evening.